Let's go.
There was a lot. They did a ton of team drills today. Jalen and the first-team offense were probably out on the field for 26, 27 plays. Jalen had another really outstanding day. He was 20 of 21. I think he's 50 of 55 now in the 3 practices. I've seen him. His best throw of the day was a deep touchdown to Devontae Smith. It was 7-on-7. It was probably about 30 yards out. Devontae was open, but he hit him, and it was a touchdown. Outside of that, Jalen kind of looked how he has for the past 3 practices. In control, good decisions. The only incompletion he had today was a pass over the middle to AJ, which was broken up by a defender. So really good practice from him. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I thought Keely Ringo had an outstanding day today. He had a touchdown break up in the corner of the end zone. I think it was McKee to Terrace Marshall in the back corner of the end zone. But the throw was good. Terrace Marshall got up for it, and Keely met him at the high point and knocked the ball away. And then his best play of the day might have been a play where he didn't even get targeted. It was 7-on-7. He was matched up 1-on-1 with AJ. When the ball came to Jalen, you could see he was looking at AJ. He wanted to go that way. But Keely was stride for stride with AJ down the sideline and was right with him, and the ball wasn't thrown that way. So on the final day where he gets to impress coaches, I thought Keely had a really strong practice.
Be in great shape. We really pride ourselves on that you can't play with great detail and you can't play with great physicality. You can't play with relentless effort if you're not in great shape. They'll have conditioning tests when they get back. If your body's supposed to weigh this, that's what it needs to weigh, and make sure you can run all day.
Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything, and this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down.
Oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only the best, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going.
This is why we started this, because of you. We started I'm tired of listening to your, fantasy that you living in right now. Always talking about guaranteeing no until proven otherwise. BS!
I'll be number one, working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah. Fatal like a gun.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I was pretty close last year thinking like
we could have easily won those 3 games.
So I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.
Right?
Never give up, never slow till I find
Look, we lost.
Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep
moving.
Yeah, I put it out as hard, it's my only medicine, yeah. Everything I do, I'm just being genuine, yeah. I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline, yeah. I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Truth. How's everybody doing today? I am BG31 with my co-host JC Sportstalk, and we got a very special guest in here. It's Real Talk with MJ, man, the hottest YouTuber out there right now. How you doing, my guy?
How y'all feeling, man? Good to talk some birds, the game, man. But no, it's a pleasure to be on.
Yo, what's going on, MJ? Hey, man. Hey, I love your stuff, man. Especially, I do follow you on Twitter. I love it. Hey, you be on point. You know what you be saying about the Eagles, the haters. Hey, look, it is what it is. You know, hey, I like the fact that you keep it, real, all the time, regardless who's gonna agree with you or not. So I love your stuff, man.
Thank you,
And
man.
I just like it because we agree on a lot of things. Like I watch a lot of your stuff.
Wait,
Like, hey,
delusional? Wait,
we agree
you
on a
delusional,
lot of
MJ?
things with the Philadelphia
Might
Eagles.
be a
Like
little
that.
bit.
Yo, because look, I'm telling you right now, Birdgang 31 is delusional. I'm going to keep him
I'm
grounded.
a realist.
You the realest. Well, we got to get right into it then.
Well, let's get into it, man. I know you ain't got that much time, but thanks for joining the platform. Let's talk about it, man. We're at the end of OTAs, mandatory OTAs. I know that's not too big, but I want to know, how do you feel about this offseason? How do you think the team's shaping up, and what are you most excited for coming up in this next upcoming season?
Yeah, I think when I first look at this Eagles roster, we got some vets that we lost. Josh Sweat, BG retired. Shout out to him. All-time great Eagle. And then some younger guys, Milton Williams, even like Isaiah Rodgers. I look at this and I say, no disrespect to Josh Sweat and Milton Williams, but they're B players, B plus players that in the biggest moments had A plus games. So you're gonna have the Cardinals who are gonna overpay for Josh Sweat. Now, credit to Josh Sweat, he balled out, took the opposite route of Hassan Reddick, who wanted to hold out. Now he's on a 1-year prove-it deal with the Buccaneers. Josh Sweat then got himself $40-some million guaranteed. So all credit to him. But these are B players that in the biggest games they had A moments. So I'm looking at the Keely Ringos of the world, the Jeremiah Tribes of the world, Jordan Davis. We're going to talk about him a little bit later. Obviously, Dylan Carter, we know Nolan Smith, these guys that had themselves some breakout years, especially in the playoffs, and they're looking to build off that. So all in all, I know that Howie is trying to get younger, and he's using these 2 years in the 2025 draft and the 2026 draft to say, essentially, if I keep doing what I've been doing since I messed up and drafted Jalen Reagor ahead of Justin Jefferson, if I keep on doing what I'm doing, drafted Cam Jurgens, drafted Landon Dickerson, drafted Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, Jalen Hurts, list goes on and on and on. If I keep this up, we're looking at a dynasty, because all the picks that the Eagles got this year, come next season, I mean, Bryce Huff wasn't doing nothing for us. Now, that was a miss by Howie, but we got a 5th-round pick for a guy that he was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl. So many picks. I'm looking forward to what we do in the draft and looking forward to what these young guys do.
Yeah, and I agree, man. Look, a lot of people is acting like we lost Jalen Carter, Creon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, like Zach Bond, our biggest free agent sign. A lot of people thinking, oh my God, they lost all these pieces. But look, if you look at it, Isaiah Rodgers was a depth piece. Yeah, Big Play Slay was our starter. Yes, he went in and out the lineup a few times, and he stepped up. He was out to prove, hey, look, I could still play in this league. Milton Williams, he was splitting reps with 3 other guys, right? Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo, Booker, all them guys, they were all just, a guy, right? You know what I mean? Like some good talent. But guess what? We already had the backup in place already for all of them. Every single last one of them that left. The only one we couldn't afford to lose was Zach Bond, and we got him signed. You know what I mean? Look, our whole offense is coming back. So, like, people don't understand compared from last year, where going into the offseason, one of the worst defense, losing some key pieces, losing defensive coordinators. Now, that was a bigger concern than this offseason. This offseason, we were ready to move on with Slade a couple years ago. If my memory served me correct. I mean, he just been hanging around. So Howie Roseman, he's been drafting for this reason. And yes, we lost a Chauncey Gardner, but I feel confident enough that, with Sidney Brown, I still want them to go out and go get me Justin Simmons, though, because that's the only thing. That's the only piece I think that we're missing is a real veteran safety. Not Reed Blankenship, look, he's a guy too. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like he's not no A+ type of guy, but he's a guy. Now you go get a guy like a Justin Simmons to at least shore up that back end, even if your corner get burnt, right? I just said if Rango is struggling, you got a Justin Simmons back there that's playing center field. So that's the only thing I think that we still need. But besides that, everybody was replaced, and we got younger, faster, hungrier, especially when into the draft. Jahad Campbell, Makuba. So I think we're pretty good. We just got a couple OTAs, a couple, training camp preseason, and let's get it. I think we could definitely make another run with the pieces we got. And we're one of the youngest defense in the NFL. One of the youngest defense, and we're already that good.
Which one of them draft picks excites you the most this upcoming season? Which one you think is going to put the most work in this upcoming season?
Ty Robinson. Robinson.
Yeah.
This is a guy that I'm surprised he fell to the fourth round? The fourth round, a guy who came off a breakout year with Nebraska. I mean, he's a freak of nature. You talk about that relative athletic score. His score is in the 9s out of 1 through 10. And I keep going back to the Jalen Reagor thing. Jalen Reagor had a 3 RAS score out of 10. I could see if the guy is water under the bridge now. I could see if the guy done had a 9 or a 10 or an 8. But what how he is doing is he's getting freak athletes, and he's betting on Vic Fangio. He's betting on Clint Hurt. He's betting on Christian Parker. Clint Hurt and Christian Parker are two guys that if the Eagles do what they are supposed to do next season, and if and when they go back to back, best believe those two guys are going to be defensive coordinators somewhere else. I'm surprised Kellen Moore didn't stab us in the back and went ahead and get Christian Parker. He got Brandon Staley, who is one of the most overrated guys ever. But that's nonetheless, I will say Ty Robinson, though, you pair him up with a Jalen Carter. You pair him up with a Moro Ajomo, who in relatively small sample size, he was extremely effective, especially rushing the passer. Vic Fangio was talking about how Jordan Davis is looking like he'll take that next step. I've been critical of Jordan Davis. I think that for what we drafted him to be, he has not lived up to be a 13th overall pick. If he was a third rounder, it would be different, maybe late second round. But you're not drafting a first round pick that's 13th overall to just be a run stopper. I know a lot of Eagles fans, they like Jordan Davis, all this stuff. He ain't a scrub. He ain't no bum. But what Vic is saying is right. You want to see him start rushing the passer more. And so just given all the pieces that we have on the defensive line, I think Ty Robinson is the surest thing for one of our rookies that will contribute immediately.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Ty Robinson, you heard Jalen Carter talk about how much this boy's a monster. It's like he's impressed with him. Like he's like, whoa, this guy's coming in doing things better than me. You seen the big hog, on all the highlights. He's a big, strong body that's out there just running over things, destructive things. The rotation definitely, I feel like he's definitely going to be able to replace a guy like, what's the dude to the left?
Milton
Williams. Yep. Milt Williams, you know what I'm saying? I think he'd be able to do that. But I really think what you said about Jordan Davis, I think, Vic even said that even best for me. At the end of last season, those last 6 games going into the playoffs, Jordan Davis hit another level. He finally hit that level we waited for him to see. And I really feel personally that he's done his job, what he's supposed to do. Like his expectations on a star-studded defense that he's been on the last couple of years, he's done exactly what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Drafting him, we all should have known that it wasn't going to be a bunch of sacks coming out. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Even his college tape didn't show a bunch of sacks. You know what I'm saying? We drafted him because he's one of the biggest men in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a run-stopping, a hole-plugging defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? That it was going to do his job from year one. He was like, when he was in those first couple of games, we were the top 5 run-stopping defense. When he went out, our run-stopping defense went downhill bad. You know what I'm saying? We got so bad where we had to go pick up a Limbaugh Joseph. We had to go get a Dominican Sue. We had to get somebody to replace the production that he was doing when he was hurt. And it was his rookie year. He was still overweight then. So then you seen what happened. He really wasn't needed the rest of that year. He comes back again, a little bit out of shape, but we see glimpses. But the end of last year, putting it together, I really feel like, Jordan Davis could be the next star on the defensive line that we're not talking about. Everybody's expecting Robinson. Everybody's expecting Moro or Jomo to step up. Everybody's even expected, and I'm going to say it because it's going to be hard. Everybody might not like when I say this, but everybody's expecting Jalen Carter to be that number one defensive tackle on our defensive line this year. But there's a possibility that Jordan Davis.
No, there's no possibility. See, and this is why I'm here, folks.
How many sacks did
No.
Jalen Carter get in the playoffs last year?
No.
Jordan Davis got 2.
Hey, look, the problem is with BG, man, he's all about sacks.
I'm not just saying that. I'm saying
Jalen Carter,
in
every game, he don't come off the field. He doesn't come off the field at all. Vic Fangio say, look, that play against Matthew Stafford in the snow was his 68th and 69th snap of the game. And he still was wrecking hell. Jordan Davis was on the sideline. I'm a little bit pissed off that it takes him 4 years to get in goddamn shape. Like, to me, that means that you're lazy. Right?
No, it's hard to
go into a contract year.
Pounds, man.
No, you go into a contract year, and now all of a sudden I'm in the best shape of my life. What the hell you've been the first 3 years? Like that's why you're only playing 25% of the snaps, if that. So there's games where he don't even play nothing but
even
5
those
snaps.
games he made key stops. He plugged the hole. No top
You
running
can just
team
plug the
ran
whole
on us
thing.
when
You can
Jordan
grab
Davis
anybody
was
to
in the
plug
game.
a hole.
Y'all act like he didn't play no games. Like games that we played run number 1, number 2, number 3 running teams. Jordan Davis had more snaps those games, and he did his job those games. It's just that we play a lot of teams who are pass happy that you didn't need to see a Jordan Davis in very much because that wasn't part of the defensive plan. You know what I'm saying? People got to look at that. Every single game that we went against a top running team, Jordan Davis played more snaps.
I hear what you're saying, and got some comments talking about we drafted him to be a run stopper. I'm letting you know, Howie Roseman drafted Jordan Davis, yes, to be a run stopper, but he's not drafting somebody 13th overall to just be a run stopper. He saw his upside, and he was like, well, if I can get the right coaching around him, then he can go ahead and rush the passer, and that's what his highest heights can be. But what he is right now is not what Howie wants it. Not right now. Now, could that change? I think the one thing that is looking well for Jordan Davis is that Vic Fangio is the best defensive coach he's ever had. And he's getting him for consecutive seasons. Jonathan Gannon isn't even in the stratosphere of Vic Fangio. Matt Patricia is the worst defensive mind in the history of the NFL. He made his name off of Bill Belichick, and he done had Hassan Reddick in coverage when he's a sack maestro all last season, 2023. And so this is the first time since Jordan Davis has been a pro that he is getting consistent structure on the defensive side of the ball, and that's what Vic Fangio brings. And look, like you said earlier, he made a guy in Jalen Carter who was, a little bit out of shape his rookie year. Now he's playing 98% of snaps, 97% of snaps, and he's a workhorse there. And so you're looking for Jordan Davis to be what Jalen Carter is. That's the ultimate goal for what he was drafted to be.
Do you think?
And he's not going to play every snap like Jalen Carter. And then look, this is his contract year. Are you going to pay a guy $25+ million just to stop the run if we play good running teams? Yeah, that's bad business.
That's not what you heard from our coach. Vic Fangio said from week 11, 12 into the playoff, Jordan Davis hit that switch. He says coming into this season, he feels like that switch is still lit. Now that switch lit got 2 sacks during the most crucial times in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That was Jordan Davis putting pressure on every single down. Jordan Davis being that beast that no one can stop, which we drafted him to be, like you said. MJ. We did draft him to be that guy. It did take him some time to lose all that weight and to get in a real NFL shape to play. But y'all forget, man, Fletcher Cox didn't have that many sacks when he first started. And look at him. He's one of the greatest Eagle defensive tackles of all time. He was a big country boy that was good at stopping the run and eventually became better at sacks. It took to what? 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Nobody is talking about sacks
besides
you.
Sacks.
You're the only one that's talking about sacks. We're talking about him staying on the goddamn field. How about that? How about you start with that? Why can't you play?
Our defensive line, Jalen Carter stayed on the field all the time, but our defensive line's a rotation, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is.
Because he can't stay on the field. Shoot, why not rotate Jalen Carter too? If we're that rotational defensive line.
It's all about like where he was drafted. Like, again, folks keep saying like we drafted him for the run. Cool. If he's a 3rd round pick, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I got nothing to say. But if you're a 13th overall, that's why Vic Fangio is saying, hey, like, there's another level to get to. Because I think it's actually disrespectful to Jordan Davis to think that, like, this is his ceiling. This is all he can do is stop the run. He can't rush the passer at all. Like, that's the ultimate goal, and that's what Howie was looking at. Like, all right, we know for a sure thing, Jordan Davis is going to stop the run. Now, best case scenario, he can do that at an elite level and then also be like a B-level pass rusher. That's what they thinking. And so ultimately, it's up to Jordan Davis to be able to like show up. Can he do that? We'll go ahead and see.
Well, what do you think before we get to the next topic? Do you think this is the year that we see that end of the season playoff Jordan Davis all season long?
If I had to bet on it, I do believe this year is going to be his best year by far. I do believe that. Now, do I think that he still lives up to 13th overall expectations? I do not. But I do think that he has his best year come next season.
What is living up to it? Like how many because he already stops the run, so obviously it's the passing side of it and how many plays. So what percentage of plays does he have to be on the field? How many sacks before you think, okay, he lived up to that first round pick?
I think at least like 65%. Like at least 65.
You
have a healthy season.
Yeah,
have a healthy season.
Okay. Another big thing coming out in the world today is Jaire Alexander got released, and it looks like the Eagles are the number one guys to pick him up. Do you think this team needs Jaire Alexander?
Oh, see, needs is like, all right, Creed. I was seeing some like Packers fans, they be trying to troll. I've been seeing some Commanders fans be like, oh, so y'all got the best rookie duo, and now y'all talking about you need Jaire. No, like, we're just greedy. Like, again, we know if we get Jaire, it's really overkill. Now, a lot of us still believe in, Keely Ringo, and I believe in Keely Ringo. But I do know that Jaire Alexander, when he is healthy, is a sure thing. And so if he wants to go to a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl franchise, and, be on like a prove-it deal, play deep in January, play in February, the Eagles win the bowl or, get super far, and he can cash out, I think that would make a lot of sense for him. But the biggest thing for him is just staying healthy. I mean, the past 4 seasons, Jaire has missed 50% of the games. He's missed 34 out of 68. So that's a big issue. On the contrary, the 7 games he played last season, he was ultra productive. He had a couple of picks, like 7 pass breakups, a pick 6, 16 tackles. So he was super productive in the time. The only question is he going to be healthy? But I think it's a low risk, high reward bringing him in. And he has that kind of like twitch that I look at in like a CJ Gardner-Johnson. Like, he's a little bit off a little bit. And I think sometimes you're going to need just one guy, max 2, but like 1 or 2 guys on the defensive side, offensive side that like they tweak out a little bit. And I think that's what the defense definitely needs when you miss a guy in CJ who I honestly didn't want to go. But no, I like it. I don't think we need him, but it'd be a great luxury to have. It's just overkill at this point.
Yeah, I think it'll be like what they said down here. If we got him, it would be more like it would kind of like take away the Ringo pick. You hear Ringo, you heard Elliot Chopard talk about Ringo. You know what I'm saying? That he's doing such a great job out there right now, locking up AJ, doing his job. It would be a disservice to our young cast to go get him. Like, I know JC always talk about Justin Simmons and guys like Ringo. We got Adoree Jackson for a veteran presence. You know what I'm saying? He's not an all pro like, a Jaire Alexander. He's not, a Justin Simmons type all pro type safety, but you heard him talk about how, uh, uh, for safety wise, we're going to get a little bit of Cooper DeJean back there in base sets. And the fact that these young guys got to play. We got Makuba, we got Brown fighting for safety, we got Ringo, we got Adoree Jackson fighting for corner. Let these guys play it out. Let them battle it out. Stop spending money because I'm telling you, we're going to have to repay a lot of these young cats. The Jordan Davis, the Jalen Hunt's going to have to get paid. The Jalen Carter's going to have to get paid. Just keep banking on that money, saving that money until we need a guy that's up for a position that's really needed. You know what I'm saying? I think we can go into training camp with the guys we got without having to add another splash player.
Yeah, I don't think we need him. I'm really, really intrigued to see what Ringo can do. I mean, look, I might be one of the few, I don't know, but I really think that Ringo have potential. He never had the opportunity. You're not going to draft Keon Mitchell and have him not at least get a chance to be your number one corner. And then Slay was there, and then Rodgers. So I think right now this is Ringo's job to lose. And everything coming out a little camp and OTA so far is, hey, he's looking good. So I just want to see what he can do. I don't need a veteran that's been getting hurt all the time. Look, if we're gonna go anywhere, give me safety. I'm gonna beat this until I can't beat it no more. I think in corner with Adoree Jackson, he's already a veteran corner, a former All-Pro corner. You know what I mean? So yeah, just give me just some depth at safety, and let's move on.
What do you think about this, MJ? Would you trade for Kyle Pitts? You know what I'm saying? Last year, Dallas Goedert. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is last year on the road. We're probably going to get rid of him next year. Kyle Pitts is still young. He was a generational talent. You can look at it the same way of a Saquon Barkley. Ever since the first year, Kyle Pitts had 1,000 yards, one of the best tight ends in the league. Rookie coming out explosive when he had guys like Ridley, Julio Jones, and Matt Ryan throwing the football. After that, he lost talent around him from the receiver position to the quarterback position. And then, you see what you got now in terms of Kyle Pitts. Throwing him into an offense that already has a Saquon, AJ, Smitty, and even a Goddard that could really uplift his career and bring back to his career for this year. He could be the number 2 tight end. Then next year, after we let Goddard go, take over that starter role.
I think there's some good points made in terms of it was definitely dysfunctional in Atlanta. You don't know who your quarterback going to be. Desmond Ridder obviously isn't in the ballpark of Hurts. And you got the whole Kirk and Penix situation. And so I think, and Kyle Pitts is from Philly. He's from the Philly area. Same time, though, the Eagles, they've had a knack for finding like the successor in tight ends. So whether it was Selleck to Zach Ertz, and Zach Ertz to Dallas Goedert. So I would rather, go out here with Dallas Goedert this final year. Hopefully he stays healthy. He wants to stay healthy so he can cash in and get a bag, somewhere else, because this will be his last year in Philly. But I'm looking at, draft a tight end in next year's draft. I was looking at actually to be this year. I wanted a guy in maybe Mason Taylor from LSU.
Yeah.
Or even like the guy from Elijah O'Neal from Miami. That was with Cam Ward and them. So like that's who I thought we was gonna go ahead and like draft in this 2025 draft. But I think you got Pitts and he's looking for that second contract. You're gonna have to give up some picks for him, maybe a pick or two. Probably maybe not 2 picks, and maybe like a third. I would say just ride out with what you got. Grant Calcaterra did a serviceable job, even without got it being in the lineup. You saw him make some
He
plays.
did do good.
And he can be like a tight end too. So ultimately, I would just say I'm not really in favor of it, and I will look more towards finding that successor in the 2026 draft when we got all them picks.
Nice. I like it. A couple more real fast before we get you out of here. Cooper DeJean, you heard him talk about Coop, you know what I'm saying, playing some safety and base. Do you think that we will eventually see Coop as a safety in the NFL, maybe being back to where Reed Blankenship? Because look at this guy, man.
I'm like what? I'm like nigga who? I was born to shoot. I got aim. I'm like Johnny Dang when it comes to change. So I rise. Hit one in his arm. Hit one in his thigh. This no lie. Bitches do or die. You say you gon' ride. You got some nerve. Yo shit on the curb. Boy, we put in work from 64. And from 65th. We not from 63rd.
I had to play it. I didn't like the way the audio sounded, but I had to play it. Man. I like how they came out. Coop like no. You know, he's going in right now. Do you think it was a 1-year fluke? Do you really buy it? Evangelo don't say things that he don't mean. Evangelo straight up said he would be a better safety than corner. He said that. It wasn't just on the point as he's going to play outside corner. There's just like his skill set is set up for corner. A lot of people thought coming out of that draft, was he going to be a corner? Not corner, but safety. Was he going to be a safety or was he going to be a corner coming out of the draft? And he ended up at nickel corner. And I know we don't play base very much, and they're talking about putting him back there as safety for base. But do you think overall Cooper DeJean will be better at the safety position?
No.
I don't know if he'll be better. I mean, it's still young. I mean, he's obviously young in his career. I don't know if he'll be better per se, but I do know him sliding to safety is going to be dependent on what we see from the other cornerbacks, like, or even like the safety group for real. Like, if Vic is looking at Makuba, he's looking at Sidney Brown, and he's like, yeah, these guys are not ready for prime time. And like you said, JC, like they don't get a guy in Justin Simmons. I could definitely see a guy in Vic Fangio being like, all right, let me go with them exciting whites, have them, you know, a little duo right there. And they obviously got the chemistry.
Right.
And so it'll be nice to see, but I think it's all dependent on what we see from Makuba and Brown. And my prediction is that we get Justin Simmons.
Another Justin Simmons.
I definitely think that we get that. I mean, this guy been on the campaign trail saying, please, Vic, please, Christian Parker, like, yo,
bring me back to the family.
Bring me back to the family. So yeah, I think it all depends on the other guys, though.
Yeah,
yep,
man. I agree. And one more, Saquon Barkley on the cover of Madden 26, and he is a 99 overall type cat. You know what I'm saying? We got the legend Brian Dawson giving him some love.
Yeah, that's right. Fly, Eagles, doggone fly. Listen, congratulations to Saquon for being on the cover of Madden 26. Are you serious? You got a chance to be on Madden cover, brother. Congratulations. We are all so proud of how you have represented the Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia in general. The person that you are, the player that you are. Keep that thing rolling, brother. Once again, stay blessed and congratulations.
Man, Saquon.
Do you play Madden for first? Do you play Madden at all?
Yeah, I do. I cooked my homie the other day.
Yeah, I love playing Madden. We'll definitely have to get one. I'm gonna start streaming my Maddens again, like I did last year. I love playing some Madden. But you know, Saquon said he's not even worried about the curse. But Saquon also said something else today that I was really interested in.
The thing that drives me is the same thing that has been driven me since I was a little kid, and I've said since I got into the league. I don't mean it in an arrogant way. I'm gonna be the best running back to ever play, or at least one of the best running backs to ever play. I don't think there's actually a way you can prove who's the best. But that's what we're doing, motivation. And I feel like God's blessed me with a unique ability and put me through a lot of adversity, and that's still been my mindset. So the love of the game, wanting to win and wanting to compete and wanting to be great, so it's going to push me no matter if we win 4 Super Bowls.
So 2-part question. Do you think Saquon can do it again? Another 2,000-yard season this year? Second part of the question, can he be Hall of Famer, one of the best backs of all time if he stays on his Eagles team.
100%. I mean, I still get mad at the Giants for wasting a Hall of Fame career. Now, he very well could and he very well should make the Hall of Fame. But they did waste like 6-7 years of bro with that terrible offensive line. And I felt like you had to be a fool if you did not think that Saquon behind Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, Land Dickerson, Mekhi Becton, and really under Jeff Stoutland, who's the best offensive line coach ever. I mean, I don't know about the Cowboys in the 90s, but my lifetime ever, I'm only 24. Yeah. So, like, I'm looking at this, like, last year, I thought he would win Offensive Player of the Year. I didn't think he'd go for 2,000 yards. I thought maybe like 1,600 yards, like maybe like 10, 12 touchdowns. No, he impressed me and actually exceeded my expectations. Now, I've always said this since the season ended. I do not believe that it is a formula to consistently have Saquon having 340 plus carries, and it's going to be on Jalen Hurts, who I'm a huge fan of, who I believe in, who I've said countless times, I'm picking him over Lamar, I'm picking him over Burrow, I'm picking him over Allen, because in the biggest games, in the biggest moments, I know Hurts will show up. And so with that being said, there's going to be more on Jalen Hurts to take more of the load passing wise and to not put all the load on Saquon Barkley. Now, it worked this season, but 340 carries for a guy with an injury history, we saw with Christian McCaffrey. The only difference with Christian McCaffrey was they tricked it off when they lost to the Chiefs in overtime. We just got it done. But, you know, Christian McCaffrey's like breakout year or whatever was 2 years ago, essentially. And then you saw, you know, with all those carries, ended up biting him in the butt, and now he's, you know, sidelined out. Obviously, knock on wood, we want Saquon to be healthy, but I would like him to be under 300 carries, get more production out of a Will Shipley, A.J. Dillon, a guy who A.J. Dillon, he was one of the best power backs in the league before he injured his neck. You talk about him and Aaron Jones right there. And so ultimately, I want to see more of a load from Jalen Hurts to take that from Saquon moving forward to next season. But Saquon, I mean, he's one of one, man.
Because he said he thinks he can get 2,000. Do you think it's 2,000 again? Because I thought he should have went over it in the regular season. I'm mad he sat out that last game. I'm mad he did the slide when he did the slide. I'm mad at a lot of things he did throughout the year. They could have easily put him over, you know, the single season record. But do you think, you know, not carry? I think most of these teams that he did that with, like Green Bay and stuff, they all was against the tush push. They were against the Eagles in the offseason. Do you think this year he doesn't, you know, flake out and he can at least get the 2,000 mark again, or at least the 1,800 yards?
I definitely see like my minimum 15, 16 at the minimum. I don't see 2,000 again. I feel like that's just like something that, like, you talk about the greatest, you know, running backs of all time, the APs, like the Eric Dickersons, OJs, like it's not like they're doing this every year. Like this is like, you know, once in a. That's why it was such a big deal that the Eagles were going to rest Saquon that last game against the Giants, because you're not about to have another opportunity to break the rushing record. Now, if he does, I will gladly be wrong. I will be so happy that I'm wrong, but that's not a realistic thing to think that, you know, it was a record that he was about to break. That was, I think, like 40-something, almost 40-something years old, like that ED broke. So it's like, this is not normal stuff. Like, and that's, you know, take into account him being healthy and just the amount of carries that he's going to have each game. And so I don't think he'll do that, but I still see him being in the conversation for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, and the big runs that he had, right? Like multiple, like 60-yard, like runs, which is unheard of, right? He's only the ninth player in NFL history to hit that 2,000 mark. Like, it's not easy, man, and it's not sustainable, even if you have an offensive line like us. But teams are not going to say, "Hey, they're going every game. We gotta."
I say Derrick Henry.
Gotta stop Barkley.
Derrick Henry on two different teams they're going to win 2,000 yards. He did a lot. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, MJ. I know you had to go. You probably looked at the time, got to go. But Derrick Henry did it. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, I got to dip out. Appreciate y'all. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, hit that like, subscribe to Real Talk with MJ. You know, he got some great content out there. But, you know, like I said, like Derrick Henry, you know, did it. He almost had 2,000 yards again this year. I do believe that Saquon can get 2,000 yards again without there really being a problem with it, without there really being any kind of, you know, like I think Jalen Hurts should still have a better season than he did last year, passing wise. We can have some more passing sacks in there. But even if you took away like 15% of the runs, we can still get out there and, you know, he can still get out there and get 1,000 yards with this offense. 2,000 yards with this offensive line.
All right. I mean, like I said, man, I don't think we should lean on him like that because I really feel like the teams are going to be geared to stop the run, and it's going to be on Jalen Hurts to keep showing those teams, hey, look, I'm still him, right? I'm Super Bowl MVP. Hey, you know what I mean? I could get this done with my arm too. So now teams is going to have to back up. But I'm telling you right now, in the beginning of the season, these teams we are going to play are going to be a lot harder. We got the fourth hardest schedule. A lot of teams are going to be gunning after us, right? We're Super Bowl champs. So every game we play is going to be their Super Bowl. They want to beat the champ, right? They want to, run it down our throats, whatever it is. But don't expect another 2,000 yards. And we should not want that, man. It's a lot of wear and tear on a running back's body, especially, Saquon Barkley. I mean, that was our biggest fear, right? Regardless if he was running behind the Giants' offensive line, he got hurt sometimes, not even getting touch. You know what I mean? So, I don't want him to be running 300-400 carries, right? 275 up to 300, maybe. But we still got, A.J. Dillon, other running backs that we could, just sprinkle in there, right? So, mixing with all that, hey, we need him to get 2,000 yards. We should, go for the record. Super Bowl, at the end of the day, is the most important thing that we are trying to chase. We are trying to get our third one, and we need everybody healthy. And to get 2,000 yards, you need a lot of stuff to go right. Health is important. Big breakout runs like he did this past season that nobody ever seen before. 6, 7 of them? This dude was breaking out 60-yard run, 80 yards run. That's not,
Well, you seen it when he had a shittier line with the Giants. He just had it more often with the Eagles. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, like he says, Mo Eagle fan from New York, he's like, you don't think they were geared up to stop him last year? Last year?
No.
Guarantee they were trying to stop Saquon.
No, the teams that stopped Barkley had good run stopping defense. The Ravens, the Steelers, the Chiefs. Those teams, guess what? Unfortunately, we got the Chiefs on our schedule. The Bills, I don't really know about. The Cowboys, I don't know about. But now they are going to go every game loading up the box, right? Period. We saw what happened when Jalen Hurts went out, how they load up the box with Kenny Pickett, whatever. But Jalen Hurts is not Kenny Pickett. So that's what I'm saying. Hurts is going to have to show them, hey, I'm not Kenny Pickett. I'm going to throw it, you know what I mean? I'm going to still run it. I'm still going to do my thing. But we cannot rely on Saquon Barkley, and teams are not going to rely. Let us run it down their throats like we did last year. There's no way. If they do, they fire all the defensive coordinators.
Unless you got off a defensive line that's weighing 300 pounds, if you got a bunch of Jordan Davis on your offensive line, I don't think you got a choice. I think it's what we do, is what our line like to do. Like I said, they asked to run. They ran the ball at a high level. I don't think they're going to have to start passing the ball that much more this year. Then they want to continue dominating people like they've been doing. But salute to our quarterback, Jalen Hurts. It said Jalen Hurts left this server. It was a low-key restaurant. She didn't even know it was Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Since she was so low-key with it, Jalen Hurts left her a $900 tip. And I'm in the server business, so I just want to give a salute to my quarterback for doing the right thing. She kept it discreet, and he paid her $900. Said, thank you for your service, man. Salute to our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, out there. I wish he came to my table, but see, that's the problem, because he came to my table, it wouldn't be very discreet, because I'd be like, Jalen freaking Hurts, you know what I'm saying? But for real, that's something tight, man. I've actually served a bunch of stars, man, and like not all of them really tip like that. Like not all of them. I think we had the best basketball player in a restaurant. I forgot her name. She's like one of the all-time leading WNBA scorers, but she's from Alabama and she was in with her family. And like she tipped me like $500, and I'm like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, "You got kids?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "How many?" I was like, "5." She's like, "Whoa!" She goes, "Here you go, 500. Make sure you get all of them a present." But it's not every day. We've had Big Timer and a rapper who didn't tip that high. We had a couple of celebrities in that didn't really tip. It gave me good tips, but wasn't like the $500, $600, $900. So that's a choice you make when you want to do tips like that. And I think it's pretty awesome that our quarterback did it.
So just going back to Jalen Hurts real quick, I think that this is going to be his best season of his career. I'm telling you right now. Yes, I know he was leading the NFL MVP votes right before he got hurt, whatever, and missed the last 2-3 games, whatever. But I feel like this is going to be his biggest challenge. That's why it's hard to go back to back in the Super Bowl, because you're going to need, an extraordinary shit to start happening for you because people are gunning after you. So now Jalen Hurts last year, him throwing for only 2,900 yards, I get it. Do not expect that no more. I think that this is the first year that he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. And Saquon Barkley is going to rush between like 1,400 yards because with Shipley, he's going to get in there. A.J. Dillon, he's going to get in there. And these games might be a little bit closer to where you have to utilize multiple running backs to give them a breather. Last year, we was, like dominating teams. But this year I feel like it's going to be a bigger challenge. It called me delusional, but I really feel like it's going to be a harder season for us because the schedule just says it, right? On paper, it is the fourth hardest schedule in the NFL. On paper, well, in real life, there's no back-to-back home games at all. We're the only team in the NFL without back-to-back home games. So this is home away, home away. So shit is going to happen. It's going to take a special season from a lot of good players, a lot of our key players to make it, make us have a special season. And which is the Super Bowl.
Hey, and I agree to a certain extent. I think Saquon's gonna be in between the 1,500 and 2,000 mark. I think he's still gonna have another dynamic season. He's still gonna be the mainstay on our offense. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Jalen Hurts might not hit the 4,000, but I think he's gonna be back in the 38, 39, range because, like I said,
I agree.
It's going to get easier for both sides going into this year. We won a Super Bowl running the ball. Everybody knows we can run the ball now. So they're going to be trying to stop that, like you said, for sure. But we have the talent at receivers, in tight end position to really get it out there to where, if we start our early passing ball pretty good, what I'm saying? I don't want us to go into full passing mode. I just think, like I said, we run the ball 60-40. 60-40, because like you said, we are playing better teams. And since we are playing better teams, that means they're going to be closer games. That means we're going to have to run and control the clock. And that's the reason why I say that there's a chance for Barkley to continue having the type of success that he's had, because we definitely still will have the best offensive line in football. And we definitely going to have to run that rock a little bit more than we did. Think how many games there were blowouts last year that we sat our starters in the fourth quarter. That's not going to happen this year. We're going to be playing out those, fourth quarters, which is going to give Jalen more stats, and it's also going to give Saquon Barkley opportunity to have more stats. So overall, playing these better teams is going to be better statistics for both sides, Jalen and for Barkley.
But I do think he will have more touchdowns this season on the ground than last season. I feel like, yes, even though, the tush push is still legal for now, but I just feel like, hey, a lot of his touchdowns were stopped short, right? Or just falling down 1 yard short. I think he's going to, sprint through the goal line more this upcoming season. But A.J. Brown, man, hey, he's been training all offseason for a reason, right? He's been training hard, right? And then his face is on the side of the link for a reason. We are a running team, but trust me, he's going to get his. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert on a contract year, approve it year. So these guys on the office, like, come on, coach, Come on, man. Hey, I'm trying to feed my family too. You know what I mean? Hey, feed us. So that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the Dallas Cowboys, watch, they're going to try to say, we're going to stop Barkley, right? So this first game, this upcoming first game of the season, I'm telling you right now, Jalen Hurts is going to win us that game with his arm and with his legs, by the way. So when I say Jalen Hurts has to play a big role, I think with his arm and with his leg more than Barkley.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, I think both of them will have an increase. You know what I'm saying? I think both of them, both stats should be better this year. You know, like even with the Kevin Patullo thing, this is a Jalen Hurts offense. I think that's what Jalen Hurts said at the beginning of the year before last, where it's like, you know, I'm just starting to gather all the information from all the offensive coordinators I have, and we're making a Jalen Hurts playbook. You heard AJ Brown say, when you come into the offense, that's a Jalen Hurts offense. So I think he's going to play the Jalen Hurts skills. Patullo's going to play the Jalen Hurts skills, and I think that, like you said, it will be Jalen's best season ever.
Well,
but also it's still going to be another dominating season for Saquon Barkley. So
I think Jalen Hurts is going to win MVP this upcoming season.
That'd be awesome.
Think that, like no lie, I mean, usually I don't say that, right? I'd be like, well, hey, he's going to do it. But I'm telling you right now, that's how confident I am that it's going to have to be on Jalen Hurts. And I feel like when it's on his shoulders that he shows up. So if every game is a Super Bowl game for every team, well, hey, we got the best player, baby. Hey, we got the best quarterback, right? Because he shows up in the Super Bowl. So if every team want to, just boom, the Eagles is our Super Bowl, that's cool. Because we got Super Bowl winning MVP that shows up in big moments. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be his best, season all the way around. And he's going to win NFL MVP for the first time.
Hey, shout out to all you guys. We're over 150 deep. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe for Birdgang 31 and for JC Sports Talk on all platforms that you're on. You know what I'm saying? X is really pumping today. Salute to you on X. But you guys, this is where the money is at on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe on the YouTube side too. We love for you to join our families individually and together. So, I wanted to do something here before we got out tonight because I knew we didn't have too much new stuff to talk about. But it was this thing I seen, and I think I sent it to you. It was, let's see if I can pull it up here. It was the greatest plays in Eagles time. Let's take a trip down memory lane for a second. And we're going to see these greatest plays all time as Philadelphia Eagles. Did it come up? There it is right there. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
That's from the season or history? You said history.
Let me zoom in on this real fast. No, it's from every season. Is it the best plays from Eagles? I hope this is. We're gonna see. Yeah, from best plays from every Eagles season. Let's take a look at them. Right. And if you want to stop it sometime, then stop it because you remember play. But I just really want to take a look at this.
All right, go ahead. Hit it. I can't control it. Yeah,
obviously,
it's lagging though. It's not even playing right.
That play.
You hear what I said?
It's not playing right.
Nah, it's like in slow mo, like real,
it's
like
lagging?
Yeah. You got that T-Mobile internet over there.
Oh man, I ain't got no T-Mobile internet. Is it going better right now? It looks fast on mine.
I mean,
is it lagging on yours?
I mean, it's still kind of slow, but I mean, you can see it.
The AJ Brown catch in Washington. That was I don't know if that was. Well, yeah, that was pretty good. He got his face.
That was 2 seasons ago. Yeah, that was
Yeah, just every season, going back every season. The best play. Oh yeah, 2 seasons ago. Oh, that's when we still had Watkins. So that was 3 seasons ago with Devontae Smith. They said that was the best play of that.
Nah, AJ Brown was there too. AJ Brown was there.
I did.
Yo, I was at that game right there.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite Hurts runs of all time.
Hey, that was that
That was a
game
hard run.
that you almost won that bet for me to feed your whole Brady Bunch family, and you lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was bullshit. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at that ski skirt.
Yeah.
Ski skirt.
Yeah. I was at that
But I
game,
still
man.
think that goes down with this runs. Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts rookie year. To our boy Deshaun Jackson. Man, I wish Deshaun Jackson was good at the end of his years instead of being hurt every fucking play.
Yep.
Every 3 plays.
Hey, after that game, look, after that game right there, I don't even think he played another game.
Yeah. Man, that sucked. But that was definitely a nice play. I love that one. Imagine if Deshaun was good like the next year. He came back the next year and he was good, but it's all good. Then we got Carson Wentz, baby. Wentz. Oh, look at me. Skimper scamper. I think this was MVP season, right? Boom, in the back of the end zone.
No, that wasn't his MVP season. No, that was the season where no Eagle player, wide receiver went over 500 yards. I was at that game too.
Ooh, nice. That was that year we were talking about. Yeah, huh? That was that year. Let's see who we got in here. Who's that?
Nick Foles.
2018. Nick Foles and Nelly. A lot of people didn't give Nelly as much credit.
Is that Nick Foles or Carson?
Nelly, we won.
No, that's Foles. Yeah, that's Foles.
We won Super Bowl with Nelly.
Yeah, I mean, and he
was the unsung hero. Oh yeah, you gotta get this play. 2017, the biggest play. Remember we talked about it last week, and they said it was the Philly special, baby. One of the most iconic plays of all time, Eagles history.
And then we went out and got this guy as our defensive coordinator.
Trey Burton at defense?
I don't know. He went to Chicago and then
after we did a play like that on the season. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome when we did that one. All right, we got another one. 2016. Carson. This MVP year, right?
No.
2017 was. Oh, that's when we had Sproles, baby. Sproles.
Yeah,
Little Mighty Mouse out there. That was good. I miss Sproles. That was a rookie year, huh?
Yeah.
No,
that wasn't
second year.
No, I don't think that was because we went to a Super Bowl. Carson Wentz second year.
2015.
That was his rookie year.
Oh yeah, Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins with the interception against the Patriots, taking it back to the dead zone at a tie Paul game. I remember that one. Malcolm Jenkins is really one of the best safeties we had playing for the Eagles, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Then we got what we got here.
It's 2014.
2014.
Was that Chip Kelly era?
Oh, Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, Chip Kelly era. Bryce Huff taking it to the crib. I think is that the last kickoff return we've seen? Yeah, Mark Sanchez.
Man, we was down bad. 2013.
Shady in the snow.
Yeah, the snow game.
The shady snow game.
Yeah, that was Nick Foles.
That was nice. I think he had like over 200 yards. 2012. Who's our quarterback? Foles again.
Nick Foles.
Oh, is that Jason Avant? Yes. Yeah. Former best slot receiver we had.
Yo, he had hands though, man. He had hands. He was Mr. Dependable.
What?
Every time you needed
Who's
a
Mr.
big
Clutch?
catch, hey, 2011, Michael Vick. Is that
Shady.
nope? No, that's Bradford. Is Sam Bradford? Hey, Sam Bradford was our quarterback.
That was Bradford, number 7. And Shady doing what he did best, man. Big plays. Shady was awesome, man. I think it's going to at least take another one. 2010,
This one right
everybody
here.
know this. Our favorite play. Oh, he dropped it. What the hell are you doing? Hold on. What? He going to take it? What? Oh, the Sean Jackson miracle in the Meadowlands tie ball game.
Yeah, we was down by what, 20?
Giants under fire. Damn, we're getting it back. I didn't know that was that long ago. 2009, the year before. I didn't know they were back-to-back kicks. Look at shit. Look at D-Jax. He did a little scoop-to-scoop. So that was 2 years back-to-back Deshaun did that to him. Deshaun was electrifying. I missed him. 2008, Tony Homo.
Yo, that was that game. This game right here was winner. Hey, listen, this game right here was winner takes, like, go to the playoffs. Is that McNabb?
Look at McNabb trying to do his best version of Jalen Hurts. And then he fumbled it. But then we had Kevin Curtis jump on it. Damn, that was a long time ago. 2007. Jeez. We're old, my guy. Because I remember all these games. I remember all these games.
Hey, you old. Speak for
A lot
yourself.
of football watching for the Eagles. Was that Kevin Curtis? Let's see these. Tony Homo. Bo! Lito. Is that the Lito interception? Yep. Lito Shepard, pick 6. Love it. Lito, one of my favorite Eagle cornerbacks of all time. What's this, 2005? Block kick. Who picks it up? Where?
Is that Henson?
I don't recall Where very much.
Who 21?
That was Where. Where?
I thought it was Henson or something.
I remember him playing. He wasn't that great. He definitely had a nice return there. McNabb, 04. Is that Super Bowl year?
Yeah.
What happened?
It's still frozen. I can't see it. Yeah, man. They kicked you off of T-Mobile Internet. I can't hear you either.
McNabb, 2003. This is a play you talked about. 4th and 26.
Yeah, 4th and yeah. Yo, look at our receivers, man. Yo, they were bums, man. Like, yeah, Brian Dawkins.
We have some bomb-ass receivers.
Right, for real, man. We had some trash receivers, man. McNabb era, man. That's why that's why I can't be too hard on McNabb, man. Yo, we had some butt-ass receivers, man. I mean, James Thrash, Todd Piston, Freddie Mitchell.
2000. This is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn, McNabb was our quarterback 25 years ago. That's 99.
That's before McNabb got drafted. Matter of fact, McNabb got drafted that offseason, I think. So that was Doug Peterson, 14.
Yeah. I remember Small and Johnson. Pennington. Remember was it Chad Pennington? No.
What?
This is Doug Pennington. That's our quarterback, Dougie P.
Doug Peterson, man. Not Pennington, Peterson.
Yeah. Oh, who's this?
Man, how much more it is?
Is that Dawkins?
Yeah, it's Dawkins.
$97. Damn. Was that Cordell Stewart throwing the ball? I don't know who that cat was. Now we're starting to get into the old days. That was Cordell Stewart, though. Remember the first slash? Cordell Stewart was a beast.
Yeah, that's Cordell.
Oh, that's Randall Lell he was throwing it to. Oh, yeah, I remember this when we stopped the Cowgirls. Boom. Interception.
Who's that running?
That? Vincent
Taylor. Who that? I don't remember these names.
That was Troy Vincent. Oh, that's when we stopped the Cowboys, and then they said we gotta do it again. We stopped them again when the game was online, 17-17. That's like back in the self-joiner days. And that's Mike Mamula. Andre Waters, baby. Yeah, one of my favorite safeties of all time. We're gonna have to do that too on our upcoming show. Do our new all-time Eagles team. 4th and 1. It was back-to-back. I remember they ran the same damn play like a bunch of freaking idiots, like the Cowgirls are. And then we did it again. Boom. 94. Oh, Charlie Garner. Tell me you don't remember Charlie Garner.
I don't.
94. Wow, I feel old.
Man, I used to be at church a lot, man. Hey, when the Eagles was playing on Sundays, man, I was at church, man. Like, I'm telling you.
94 was I? Yeah, 94 I might have still been in church then. It was after 99 when I graduated, and I was like, Eagles over everything. No, I'm just like, I love God. Let's see. Boomer Esiason playing football? Oh, nice interception from Eric Allen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Eric.
Look at him. Get off of me. Eric Allen, all-pro Hall of Fame cornerback, baby.
Yeah, he got in what? Wait, didn't he just get selected?
Yeah. 92. Is that Ricky Floyd Waters?
Man, hey, don't ask me who nobody is.
Cunningham's the reason why I'm an Eagles fan today. Fred Barnett, baby. Yeah. And that's old school right there. 91. Safety. Fumble from Joyner, and who's that? Clyde Simmons with the fumble recovery. You don't remember Clyde Simmons?
Oh, man.
How many more is this? Let's see. This shit got to be over soon. 2000. I don't even know who that quarterback is. How long is this? How long we got here? Oh, it's almost over here. It's about to be over right here. A couple more plays. Oh, yeah, Randall Cunningham. One of the plays that made me Eagles fan here. Dip, dodge.
That one I see a lot of
highlights. Away. Boom. 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 Who was that to? Was that Mike Quick? Look at that dip. Bruce Smith too. Bruce Smith was a beast. Randall said, "Get off me, my guy. I'm going deep right here. Look at his arm." And a touchdown. Yeah, probably like one more, two more plays. Since we got 45 more seconds. Let's see who they got. Randall Cunningham again. Oh, fake the hurdle. The flip, I mean, into the end zone for the touchdown. Randall's the reason why I am an Eagles fan. For real. He if it wasn't for no Round Cunningham, I would probably not have been an Eagles fan. Especially living in California, I would have been somebody else's fan.
Mm.
I think this is the last one. Oh yeah, when Randall gets hit, gets back up and throws a touchdown. That's the legendary play. I remember that being one of my very first Eagle games ever watched. Right there. Taylor hit him. He didn't fall. And boom, baby, boom. Man, that went old school. That went really old school, my guy. Was there any other play? Like I said, do you agree with him? Those are all some of the best plays, man. Do you agree with them? Do you love them?
Oh man, I mean they're all right, man. I mean, look, I didn't remember a lot of them. No, I'm not gonna say it and tell you. Yep, I remember. No, I was at church. I'm a preacher's son. Yo, my butt was in church a lot growing up. So I mean, my first Super Bowl was the '99. Matter of fact, was the Titans versus Rams, the 1 yard short when he reached out, right? I think was that '99.
Or was it the miracle play where they were throwing it back to each other and then they scored?
And no. Super Bowl, I said Super Bowl.
Yeah, because that was
Titans
that playoff. They did that to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so Titans versus Rams was the first Super Bowl I ever watched, man. So I mean, that's when I really just started. You know what I mean? McNabb. Well, I have
to say,
I was doing
that's why I said BG be spitting the truth because I've been watching Eagles football. All those plays, I remember every last one of them.
But you don't speak no truth, though.
I speak nothing but the truth.
That's why I win more bets than you do, because you don't speak.
No, you catch me on me being naive. You take advantage of my mental at the time. You be seeing me in La La Land. You like, I'm gonna take advantage of BG right now because he's gonna make a ridiculous bet, and then I'll make it, and it'll be crazy, and I hate it. So
no, I'll just be knowing how NFL people think, and how teams think.
I predicted our last 2 seasons. Our last 3 seasons.
Oh, please. Come on, man. All right. Everybody trying to go down that route, man.
But hey, man, it was a great show. That's pretty much all I really had to talk to. I really want to get MJ one more time. We got a 171 in the building, from all the social media platforms. Make sure you go around, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow on X for BG and, JC and BG and Sports Media, man. Like, we're growing. We're going to try to bring you the best content this year. So help us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're here to do, to entertain you guys. So,
Joe, hey, let me show you.
One more thing I want to talk about before we got out of here.
What, man?
How do you feel about the Texans picking up Nick Chubb today? I think with Joe Mixon and Chubbs together, what?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years, man, he only played a few games. But man, like 3 years ago, man, this dude rushed for over 1,500 yards. You know what I mean? So if he has anything left, I mean, the Texans is going to be hard to stop on the offensive side, right? But they just got to protect CJ Stroud, right? I mean, then they trade away Tonsil to the Commanders. You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to beef up their offensive line. So I don't know how good their offensive line is, but with what Collins coming back, right? You know what I mean? So a Tank Dell, I mean, look, they still got a good offense. So we'll see that's my pick to go to a Super Bowl.
Texans Eagles?
The Texans to go from the AFC.
Against the Eagles, right?
I'll let you know next week.
Oh, you see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why y'all rock with BG, because I will be strong-minded and let you know the Eagles will win back-to-back Super Bowls. I'm saying it now. Our team is on another level.
So are you telling the people that's watching to go put their money on the Philadelphia
all
Eagles?
Of your rent money, your mortgage money, every dime and savings down on the Eagles to win next year.
If they don't win, are you telling the people, if we're the one, that you're going to repay them back?
I will say, if the Eagles don't win, make sure you got some good credit so you can get a loan to help get you out of
hey, that's that boo.
Make sure you got some good credit so you get a loan to get yourself out of the situation. I can't guarantee everything, but I'm guaranteed the Eagles do it, man. I really have confidence in this team. And I think the players I think a lot of people might be shocked that we're even better this year, but I won't be because you got to look at 2 years of Fangio defense. You're getting some new pieces to add to that defense. These guys are going to be a lot more experienced in that defense. The offense is still put together except for one position. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to get better, So it's just like, come on, man.
See, look, Mo Eagle fan from New York, man. Hey, you may not know me very well because I've never seen you here before, but I'm not BG. I'm not going to drink Kool-Aid. I know how the NFL works. I know how sports work. It's hard to repeat. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, say that we don't have one of the best rosters, right? Yes, we do. We have one of the best rosters, but a lot of shit could go wrong. Let the season start, and let's see how the games start going for me to say, yeah, we're going to a Super Bowl. Every year is different. Not 1 year is the same. And so just because BG is over here, telling you, hey, go put your rent money, your child support money, your gambling money, and your grocery money on the Philadelphia
Put your
Eagles.
house on the line, especially if you got $300,000.
But there ain't none of y'all.
Imagine when you win that money, right? You got $300,000 house to put it on the line for the Eagles win Super Bowl. You probably gonna be over.
Okay, you know what, BG? All right, hey, let's do this, folks. Hey, I'm about to show you something. Let's do this right here, right now. Okay, look, hey, let's do this right now, BG. Bet me 3 jerseys that the Eagles repeat next year. If they do repeat, I'll give you 3 jerseys. They don't repeat, you give me 3 jerseys. You confident?
Deal.
You deal? All right, so look, everybody's seen this, and this is how I have won so many jerseys off of BG.
The Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so everybody is watching right now. You're gonna owe me 3 jerseys.
Look to you all on X. We got 153 on X. Much love to all you guys. Hit that like, man, on X. Share that stuff. But y'all heard it first. BG said Eagles will repeat, and JC don't believe. So JC gonna make a ridiculous bet with BG saying that he don't believe the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. So he's willing to give up 3 jerseys. 3 jerseys. That's how strong he don't believe it.
That's not what I said. I said wait till the season start for me. For me, I want to wait the season start for me to tell you, okay, who's our starting safety? Who's our starting cornerback?
It doesn't matter who our starting safety is.
That's your problem, and that's why I'm going to be 3 more.
It doesn't matter who our starting corner is.
Look, if they
other players that are
check this out. Look, I'll be glad to buy you 3 jerseys if the Eagles win Super Bowl. Believe me. So ain't no skin off my back. You know what I mean? But I just want to get you again. See, that's how I be getting you with these jerseys.
You're not getting me on this one, because this is a guarantee. This is like I'm like 95% sure the Eagles got it. I'm not gonna say nothing about the record getting to the playoffs or nothing like that, but I will say winning this Super Bowl, we're going back to back. We're going back to back division champions, and we're going back to back Super Bowls, baby.
Hey, look. Hey, go get your shirts now. 3 Super Bowl champ Eagles. Hey, go ahead, BG. Make your shirt 3 Super Bowls.
Because this is what Jalen does to our division. He teaches them how to win a Super Bowl, my guy. He got these guys in class. He's like, yo, you can have the most rushing yards, Daniels. You can have the most passing yards, Prescott, but I win Super Bowls. So follow my league. Jalen's about to win another one, man. Thank you, JC, for 3 new jerseys. I appreciate that. Let's timestamp that. It was at 13 or something. JC said he's giving me 3 jerseys.
Nah, it was like 117 or something like that.
Okay, 117. JC said
episode what? What episode is this?
This is 72.
All right.
Then we need to do a giveaway for episode 100. That's why I know we got a little time away. We need to do some kind of giveaway. That's a good milestone. 100 episodes. That's a lot of hours right there. It's a lot of hours. But hey, man, any final words before we get out of here?
Yes, I agree. He says, well, I'm going to add, and if our teams, yes, that's what I'm saying. A lot of things happen. Yo, if they win a Super Bowl, bro, I'm telling you right now, shoot, I might buy everybody something, but I don't know what. Hey, it might be
on record. Everybody that's in this stream right now gets a jersey from JC if they remember.
Shit, ain't no good jersey for
We got
me.
181 here
Hey, they
tonight.
might get a
All
keychain.
180 you, one of
Look,
you, JC's will
all
buy you a
eight-
jersey. If you
Look, I
remember
would
this.
give everybody a
You
Philadelphia
gotta
Eagle
remember this.
keychain and a magnet. All right, yo, I give everybody a Philadelphia keychain and a magnet. You know, if we win that Super Bowl, but I ain't buying no jersey.
Keychain. He said, "I got everybody a keychain and a magnet." He goes, "I'm going to Dollar Tree in Philadelphia, and I'm buying all the Eagle keychains inside there. That's gonna be $182."
Hey, look, hey, that's not my problem. You said, hey, you gonna buy everybody a jersey? Yo, I'm buying everybody a
Not
keychain.
181. I know a lot of you guys are on X, but hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're trying to build our platforms up, man. I'm 151 away from 10K. So if you not all y'all 180,
Look, hey, shout out to you. You get a keychain. And matter of fact, yo, I'll get you a keychain before we even win a Super Bowl because you know that's my type of person right there. They'll take a keychain.
I bet you all, everybody on this stream would take a keychain.
There we go. I'll take a keychain and a magnet.
Everybody
That's
wants
what I'm
that
talking
keychain
about.
and magnet, baby.
And BG gonna get all y'all jerseys though.
It's a keychain and magnet if the Eagles win. Thanks to
Yo,
Jason.
look, hey,
y'all can keep y'all.
Hey, before you go, man, hey, I know
I don't want no keychain and man. I want my 3 jerseys.
Nah, you're gonna give everybody a jersey. You said.
No, I ain't never said nothing about that.
All right, but anyway, yo, look, hey, you see this hat right here, man? Look, hey, this is the other one.
You were talking about?
Yeah, look, this is the other hat right there. See that one?
Oh yeah, I did notice that.
See that one?
Reflected things, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And then look at that one. Oh. But this one, right? Look, every time I speak, it lights up. Hold on. What? Yo, look, every time I say something, it lights up. Right. You know what I mean? Go Eagles, go. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I
want one of those hats. That's just super fire.
Look, hold on, wait. Let me. This one right, and it records too. By the way, look, it records. Yeah, it can record a playback. But yeah, so I mean, it's hot though, man. Like, yo, if y'all want one, man, hit my DM up, man, either on Twitter or on Instagram. I'll send y'all the info.
I want one too. That's fire.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Especially if they got a Kelly Green one.
Nah, I mean, hey, look, he might be able to make a Kelly Green one, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. I mean, you just gotta ask him. But yeah, man. But yeah, just hit me up, man. Yeah, I'll send y'all the information, man. And shoot, you know, I'm all about looking out for y'all Eagle fans, man. All about looking out for y'all.
Me and JC gonna talk. We're gonna do something special. We're gonna get something special for the 100th episode. We're almost there, man. It's gonna be around the corner. Probably by the time the season get here, it'll probably be right around the start of the season. If you think about it, that's like 2-3 months away. So it'll probably be about, I don't know, maybe it's like the end of the season. But
hey, let me see. Yo, hey, if you got a Twitter or whatever, I'll put it in the stream, the chat, in the stream, or if you got Twitter or Instagram. Hey, you know what I mean?
Hey, that's even better. How about you get everybody a keychain and a light up hat?
Yo, yeah. I'm gonna stick with my keychain and magnet. Hey, y'all trying to make me go homeless.
You got to take out a mortgage.
I don't even know y'all like that to be homeless for y'all. Shoot, you're not even subscribed to my channel. Over here want me to be homeless.
Come on, let's subscribe. There's no reason why I can't hit the 10K mark. JC,
but not look. Okay, look. You know what? Hey, I make y'all a deal for a 100 episode. We're gonna do a drawing, and I will give the winner both of these hats. No, I would get 2 new ones, and I send to the winner. All right, for our 100 episode, both of these hats, 2 new ones, not mine, of course, and I will send to you. All right.
Can you dig it?
Here we go.
That's a good deal. before we get out of here, man, hey, everybody just send a prayer out to my Indiana Pacers, man. We ain't never won a championship. You know what I'm saying? I say that, you see this right here. He got that Mamba mentality right there. You know what I'm saying? These guys got the Mamba mentality. Tyrese Halliburton reminds me of Jalen Hurts so much, and I am a huge Pacer fan. I'm probably going to do some Pacer content, especially after we win the championship here. But hey, everybody send a prayer out to my Indiana Pacers. We got smoked the other day, and I think we're back in Indy, and I want us to win our first championship because it would be awesome to be a Pacer fan and to win a championship in the same year as my Philadelphia Eagles. It'll be a super fan dream right there. So salute to the Pacers.
Hey, this is my Twitter, right? So if you're on Twitter, follow me. All right, hit me up on my DM. I'll send you the link and stuff to the hats. Okay, so.
Yeah. They definitely fire though. That is definitely
fire.
Man.
I like it, man, and it could do a lot more.
I was tripping too at the beginning of the show. I thought I was just seeing like a reflection or something. You know what I'm saying? Like like sometimes the light hits something different. You're like, oh, that's just a reflection. I thought that's what's going on, but you didn't say nothing about it. But now I know it is the light. My mind's not playing hand tricks on me, so it's all good. I'm not going to see now. I feel a lot better about the situation. But most of all, I feel better that I'm about to get 3 jerseys because the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl, baby. We're going to be talking about it every step of the way. And as we get closer and closer, I'll be reminding you and reminding you and reminding you and reminding you to the day where, woo!
Hey, look, I'm all for it, man. Let's go.
All right, so. Hey, like I always say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly.
The birds.
And we out. Peace.
Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very, very, very